Attending my elementary school reunion in the Philippines after 38 years was a surreal experience. I had often wondered what had become of my classmates, and now I was about to find out. As I looked around the room, I saw familiar faces, some of which I hadn't seen in decades. It was amazing to think about how far we had all come. Some of my classmates had become highly successful professionals in their fields. There were doctors, engineers, and healthcare professionals, all of whom had made a significant impact in their communities. I was also impressed to see that 5 of my classmates had become pastors, with one serving as a deacon. Their dedication to their faith was truly inspiring. As we caught up and shared stories, I was struck by the diversity of the group. Some had flown in from the US, UK, South Africa, China, and Canada, highlighting the global nature of our community. But despite our many accomplishments, there was one person whose story stood out: Evelyn. Her life had been marked by hardship, abuse, and abandonment, and yet she had still managed to raise 7 children. As I watched Evelyn walk into the room, I was struck by her resilience. Despite everything she had been through, she still had a spark in her eye and a determination in her step. I had taken it upon myself to organize the reunion, covering all the expenses and acting as the MC. But as I looked around the room, I realized that this was about more than just a party. It was about reconnecting and rediscovering our shared experiences. As the night wore on, we shared stories and laughed together, reminiscing about old times and making new memories. But then something unexpected happened. Evelyn slowly made her way to the center of the room, dragging a large sack of vegetables behind her. The room fell silent as we watched her, unsure of what was happening. And then, with quiet care, Evelyn placed the sack on the floor, right where we were all dancing. It was a humbling moment, and one that would stay with me for a long time. Here we were, a group of successful professionals, and yet Evelyn, who had so little, had found a way to contribute. She had nothing, and yet she still chose to give. Pastor Venus stepped forward, acknowledging Evelyn's generosity. Despite having nothing, she said, Evelyn still found a way to share. In that moment, I realized that generosity doesn't come from what we have, but from the willingness to give, even when we have so little. It was a powerful lesson, and one that I would carry with me for a long time. As I looked around the room, I saw that I wasn't the only one who was moved by Evelyn's generosity. There were tears in many eyes, and a sense of awe at the depth of her kindness. The reunion ended up being so much more than just a celebration of years gone by. It became a reflection of what generosity truly looks like. It's not about how much we have, but about how much we are willing to give. Evelyn's story was a powerful reminder of the importance of kindness and generosity. As I thought about Evelyn's story, I couldn't help but wonder what I would do in her shoes. Would I be able to share from my own emptiness, to give without expecting anything in return? It was a challenging question, and one that I wasn't sure I had the answer to. But as I looked around the room, I saw that I wasn't alone in my uncertainty. We were all struggling with the same question, and Evelyn's story was a powerful reminder that generosity is not just about what we have, but about who we are. As the night wore on, we continued to share stories and laughter, but Evelyn's generosity had changed the tone of the evening. We were no longer just celebrating our successes, but also acknowledging the struggles and hardships that we had all faced. It was a powerful reminder that we are all in this together, and that our experiences, both good and bad, are what bind us together. As I looked around the room, I saw a group of people who had been through so much, and yet were still standing. We were all survivors, and Evelyn's story was a powerful reminder of the strength and resilience that lies within us all. The reunion was a celebration of our shared experiences, but it was also a reminder that our stories are still being written. We are all works in progress, and Evelyn's generosity was a powerful reminder of the importance of kindness and compassion. As the night drew to a close, we all hugged each other tightly, grateful for the opportunity to reconnect and rediscover our shared experiences. Evelyn's story had changed us all, reminding us of the importance of generosity and kindness. We left the reunion with full hearts, grateful for the reminder that we are all in this together. The reunion was a powerful reminder that our experiences, both good and bad, are what shape us into the people we are today. As I looked around the room, I saw a group of people who had been through so much, and yet were still standing. We were all survivors, and Evelyn's story was a powerful reminder of the strength and resilience that lies within us all. Her generosity had inspired us all, and we left the reunion with a renewed sense of purpose and commitment to making a positive impact in the world. As I reflected on the reunion, I realized that Evelyn's story was not just about her, but about all of us. It was a reminder that we all have the power to make a difference, no matter how small or insignificant we may feel. We all have the power to choose how we respond to challenges and setbacks. We can choose to let them break us, or we can choose to use them as opportunities to grow and learn. Evelyn's story was a powerful reminder that we all have the power to choose. We can choose to be generous, to give even when we have little. We can choose to be kind, to show compassion and empathy to those around us. As I thought about Evelyn's story, I couldn't help but wonder what other stories were out there, waiting to be told. What other struggles and triumphs had my classmates faced, and how had they overcome them? I realized that everyone has a story to tell, and that every story has the power to inspire and uplift us. Evelyn's story had inspired me, and I knew that it would inspire others as well. As I looked back on the reunion, I knew that it had been a truly special experience. It had been a chance to reconnect with old friends, to share stories and laughter, and to be inspired by the generosity and resilience of others. The reunion had been a reminder that we are all in this together, and that our experiences, both good and bad, are what bind us together. It had been a reminder that we all have the power to make a difference, and that every story has the power to inspire and uplift us. As I closed my eyes, reflecting on the reunion, I knew that I would never forget Evelyn's story. I knew that it would stay with me forever, inspiring me to be more generous, more kind, and more compassionate. And as I drifted off to sleep, I smiled, knowing that Evelyn's story would continue to inspire others, long after the reunion was over.